Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's video, I have a gear review on the Gosky spotting scope. This is a really great spotting scope here. I got about a year and a half ago. Actually, I take that back. It was about a year ago, last winter, because today is the last day of January, and I got it around February last year of 2021. It is February of 2022 right now. So, I just want to cover some of the main parts of this this spotting scope. The first thing I'll say is it's really durable. I've actually dropped it by accident a few times, and it's been totally fine. So I really like the durability aspect to it. It has great zoom on it. It will let me magnify it up to, from all the way to 20 to 60. So I can get a lot of magnification to see those birds that are really far out there. Let's see, what else can I cover? So it has the adjustable knob here. This is what adjusts the focus. This is the cup eyepiece, and this can either be moved up if you don't have glasses, or moved down if you do. And of course, that's more personal preference, whatever works for you. I like to have it up. That works best for me. And then you just put your eye through that, and it gives you a nice, clear picture there. I like to close the other eye while I'm looking through, so it gives me the full picture. If I keep both eyes open, I don't see quite as well through it. And then here we have the adjustment for how far you're zoomed in. So like I said, you can go all the way from 20 here, all the way into 60 there, and that's quite a bit different. Now, if you get to those higher numbers, 50, 60 times zoom, it does get a little bit grainy, and that's expected on a lower end spotting scope like this. It's not anything super nice. I think I got it for like 150 bucks. But it does get the job done for me. I got it off Amazon. You can find it there. I'll post a link down in the description on where you can find this. But yeah, like I said, really durable. The other thing I like about it, it has this like rain or wind protected slide out piece. So this doesn't actually do anything for the zoom. If you pull it out like this, it gives a whole probably 4 to 5 inches there. So if the wind's blowing really hard against you, the lens will be shielded, whereas if it's all the way in here, some debris could get in there. So I really like that for birding on not so nice weather days, especially because I do that quite a bit living where I do. It has a nice scope cover here that fits on pretty tight. Not super tight, but I mean it works just fine. That protects that end really well. Up here they do have a little cup that protects this. It's like an empty little cup that fits perfectly on there. You just screw it on. Now, one thing I will say is I have had trouble with this being screwed too tightly on there. I had this happen twice, actually, mostly when I first got it, when I was experimenting with it. But I would screw that on really tight, so tight that I actually couldn't get it off. And so I'd like yank on it, because I didn't have any other choice but to try to get off so I could still use it. And the first time, actually, I undid this whole piece. This whole top piece came off. And that was like really scary, because I was like, man, did I break it? But then I realized, no, I didn't. It actually just slides back on and off, like some cameras do. So I was able to slide it back on and then put this on. But I do feel like probably not a good idea to do that unless you're like cleaning in there. So I try to keep this on there, but like I said, I don't screw that on too tight. It has the option here to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I generally do about 3 to 4, and it's a little looser. It'll still stay on there very tight. It's not going to come off, and then that way I can screw it on and off really easy. So that's that. Let's see. Another piece I like is this. This is the adapter piece where you can attach it to like a tripod or something. I like how flat that is, so that it'll give you a nice even picture. But let's say you're birding on uneven ground and your tripod was tilted a little bit, and maybe you wanted to tilt your the scope back to make it even. You could just unscrew this knob right here, and then this whole piece moves like this. And then you could say, okay, well maybe it's bent. The hill's on a slope like this, and the tripod's like this. Well, okay, let's say I want to bend it back. So then I'm just going to move it over there, and then that piece is connected at that angle, but then the scope is straight up and down, and it'll give me a nice picture. And then, of course, just untighten that, and you can get it back. Get that there. All right. Perfect. And then you can screw that back on tight. That one I haven't had any problems with not being able to undo. I generally screw that on pretty tight because I don't want it shaking around when I'm looking long distance. One other thing I'd like to cover, which is super helpful. I'm super happy with this piece. It, as well as the tripod, or as well as the spotty scope. When I bought it, it came with a small, probably 1 foot tabletop tripod. I think it was meant to be like for sighting in rifles or something at a shooting range, for hunting, and so you could put it on a tabletop, which is, and it had that nice shorter tripod, and you could see down to see where you're hitting. I don't use it for that too much. I more use it for birding, but it does have this really nice piece that came with it as well as the tripod, and it is a cell phone adapter piece. That connects to the spotting scope, and then you can actually put your cell phone in that adapter piece, and it will screw on there perfectly tight, and then you can like keep your phone on the scope, and you can take pictures and videos on your phone through the scope, so you can get some really nice footage. I will, at the end of the video, I'll put a bunch of footage of different things I've taken through this. I'll do some just looking through it, and then I'll do as well a few clips of a phone that a phone has taken through the scope with this piece. So I'm going to go ahead and attach it here. You simply hold it like this, and then there's two parts. There's the part that attaches to the actual eyepiece here, and then there's the part that holds the phone. So we're going to put it like this. It depends on how your camera is oriented on your phone, but for mine and my parents', it's oriented on the left. The camera's oriented on the left side, so I'm going to go ahead and put the phone piece on the right side so it'll hold it. Screw that on fairly tight. I don't want it too tight on there, but just tight enough to where if I had been at a slight angle or I need to zoom in, I could move that just a bit. So that's that, and then I have it on tight on there. And now what I'm going to want to do is I'm actually going to want to take my phone. I don't have it with me right now. And I'm going to want to slide it in between these two holder pieces here. And these can be adjusted. If, let's say, you had like a longer phone, you just move that, and that'll bring it in, and then you can go the other way, and that'll bring these pieces out, and so you can slide your phone on there. And that's really nice. And then it holds in there, and you can tighten this, and it holds in there super nice, and it's already perfectly aligned with how most phones are oriented. If it wasn't oriented correctly, let's say your phone's a little different, you could simply undo this right here, the piece that's connecting it to the actual scope, slide it a little bit to the to whatever side your camera's oriented on, and then move this like this. So then, let's say your camera was oriented a little higher, it would still be even, and you could still get pictures through it. But because our phones are oriented the way this is held, I just keep it at the normal spot. As well, there's this other cool feature to it. You can actually adjust the back end here, which will allow this whole piece that holds the phone to slide. So let's say you had a smaller phone and it didn't quite fit, you could slide it forward, or if you had a bigger one, you could slide it back and then retighten that. That's really nice. But yeah, this is a really great scope. I'm really grateful that it comes with this phone adapter. Works really well. If you enjoyed this video, if it was at all informative, give it a like, leave a comment down below. Once again, this is the Gosky spotting scope. I was looking for like a model number online and on the packaging, and it was weird because I would have thought like, okay, maybe I'd remember that. But I was looking, I actually couldn't find a model number, so it makes me think maybe Gosky only made this one kind. Not totally sure. If I end up finding it, I'll put it in the description down below, as well as a link to the Amazon page where you can buy it. I think like I said, I think it was like $150, so not too expensive. Definitely gets the job done. The footage on it is very crisp, up to about 40 times zoom. Past 40 times zoom, it starts to get a little grainy and not as quite as clear, but still clear enough to identify birds. I mostly use this for identifying ducks and loons and grebes and stuff far out, mostly in the winter. I don't use it a whole lot in the summer, spring, or fall. I do it a little bit in the fall with migration and stuff like that, fall migration. But yeah, I just wanted to go ahead and give this deer review. Really like this scope. Definitely would recommend it if you're just getting into birding, or you've been birding for quite a while. I would definitely still recommend this. Not, like I said, not too expensive, and it works. It just works very well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time.